Good morning, late Zoomers and my YouTubers. Whoever's out there, there's the workout. Modification Monday, 8th of November. This month's almost already over, right? They're going so quick. Lucky's in his pajamas again. One of the things I like about home workouts, come as you are. No pomp and circumstance here. So, why Modification Monday? My knee's hurting. I think it's coming from the hip, but it could be coming from my ankle, but my knee is in distress. It's time to help get Kate. I don't know when I can see her though. Alright, so reverse lunge with a twist. Now, we remember this one. We step back, down to the knee, up and over. Reach back, grab the ankle, reach for the sky. 5 per side. Now, that for me is a little bit painful. So what should I do, Steve, if I've got a knee problem? Well, how about just work on the stretch? You're not going to do reps, you'll hold it for time. Focus on flexing the glute. And see, I can do that without pain. If you're using a TRX, you could easily, simply do the triplanar stretch, just standing off the straps overhead and step forward and reach around. This one is a little nicer in confined spaces. So, I'm sure everybody did 5 of those, right? Now, straight bridge. My hands hurt, my wrists hurt. Well, we could put a yoga block here, right? Just by draping your fingers over the yoga block, you can take a lot of stress off your hands. Works for push-ups, anything where your hands are in contact with the floor. You could, if you didn't have a yoga block, make a fist, straight wrist. Don't let it bend. You do your straight bridges that way. Okay. But you may want to explore some of the stretches if you do in fact have, wrist and elbow issues, even shoulder issues. Turning your hand will change. We're doing 10 reps. Now, if this was painful, what would you do? All right, we've got fists, we've got different hand positions, but we could just hold it. Get static. Find a position where it doesn't hurt. And hold it. I'm going to finish a few more reps here. Now we're going to move on to the stability ball. We're actually under the stability ball for the dead bug. Now we're going to do 10 of these on each side because it's just such a good exercise. All right, try to get the legs as straight as possible. And they're, for me, about hip width. And my hands are about shoulder width on the end of the ball here. Opposites going down. Remember to focus on a real straight leg. You want the calf muscle to touch the floor before your heel. So that's your heel, that's your calf muscle. Make that touch the floor first. And yes, I point those things out. It may be obvious to many, but the number of people who confuse the ball of their foot for their heel is surprising. That makes it harder work. You've actually got to use your glutes to lower that leg. You can't just drop it or your heel bounces off the floor. My heel hasn't touched the floor in 1 rep. I think that's 10. knee tuck. Okay, so we're getting on the ball. Shins up on the ball. By the way, if the dead bug hurts, we got problems. It should be difficult. It may hurt your pride, but it shouldn't hurt your body. This is another one where we could use a yoga block or the fist trick if you've got a wrist issue going on, right? If you're having trouble with the exercise, bring the ball closer to you, makes it easier. Further away makes it more difficult. And let's say your back was real stiff. Oh, I'm feeling a little, ooh, like right here, my knee feels like it's swollen. But it doesn't hurt. So I'm just going to keep moving this. But let's say your back was hurting. You could just hold the plank. And if you can't hold that plank, turn around and do a plank, hands on the ball. Okay. The knee tuck's working kind of front core. Okay. Remember here with these, you want to keep the hips down and bring your knees under you. And I feel a little bit stuck here in my left knee, like it's swollen or something. And again, 10 reps. We'll be fine. All right, who's after that? Gorilla squats. So the gorilla squat, in terms of modifications, there really wouldn't be many. If you're having trouble hitting your toe touch, again, yoga block, is what I want you to do is be able to get to a fully straightened leg at the top here. So you could put a yoga block or a small box on the floor and, you know, still get down as far as you can. See, this knee is giving me a little grief here. And push the block, come up. And let's see if this is even going to work for me today. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep them slow. Ooh. It's interesting. There's no pain, but again, it feels like it's very swollen. It doesn't look swollen. I have no idea what I did to it. Front hip feels tight on that side. Oh. This is almost like a, I remember when I had that little hernia, left side, walking would make my leg feel heavy. I think it's all related, because it feels real heavy. All right, after the gorilla squat, we got push-ups. Right? Now, again, if push-ups are hurting you, we modify. First modification would just be the plank. But remember with the push-ups, you don't want to try and put your hands on top of the ball. That's going to hurt a lot. Go to the sides of the ball, kind of crush the ball. And your hands will press right into the ball. And you can do your push-up. But if you've got pain in any aspect of that, just hold this plank. And I confess a little bit of right inner elbow pain right now. It doesn't feel like a bad pain. It's actually starting to diminish as I push through these. At the first rep, I'm thinking, oh, what have I got going on over here? But now it's feeling pretty good. Like the pain is now gone. So if you can do the reps, do the reps. If you can't, hold the plank. Back extension. This is another one that really shouldn't bother anybody. Focus on bringing the elbows towards the ceiling. Keep the legs locked. And we're trying to open up and back, like so. Remember, you don't want to start rolling backwards. You don't want to bend your knees. You want to keep thighs tight, butt tight. Protects your back, right? A little stretch down over the ball. Squeeze everybody up towards the ceiling and then back down. Pull through the back of your head, your elbows, shoulder blades. Just try to make everything come up, up, up to the ceiling. And if you are nervous about this exercise because you've got a low back thing, I get it. This is safe. The machines at the gym will hurt you as long as you keep it to your range of motion. As soon as you start rolling backwards, you're exceeding, right? So you just want to come up, nice straight line. It's a gentle, gentle way to strengthen the muscles around your spine. And it helps work on your posture. So keep going. All right, glute bridge. You could do single leg or two leg. For me today, it may be two leg because I don't think my left leg wants to play this game today. But we'll give it a shot. So remember, with the single legs, and we're doing glute bridge, not leg curl. Sorry, guys. Ball stays put. It does not move. Oh. I don't know. It feels weird. I'm going to stick with two leg. But your single leg, free leg is wherever you want it. You're still trying to achieve a nice straight line here. That's the key to this. Keep the ball stable. Fully extend the hips. All the way down, pelvic tilt left. Down tap, pelvic tilt left. Now, if this was giving you a lot of grief, we could take this down a notch by putting your feet back down on the floor. Right? And if you do that on the floor, just make sure you have your heels dug in, toes pulled up. Right? Lift, get that straight line, lower, pelvic tilt, back up. All right, biggest flow with these is knees popping open, so don't let that happen. Try to keep the knees from flaring wide. They don't have to touch, but you don't want them flaring wide. Okay, so there's your glute bridge. You could also do these with the TRX, as many of you know. Back extension. There is sort of a back extension exercise, very tricky to do. We've done the back stretch, which is close. Reverse crunch. All right, we all know this. And this is super safe low abs. New to these, hold on to something behind you, outstretched arms, not right here, outstretched arms. If you can't make the ball move, if you can't make it come up off the floor, hold on tight and kind of pull from your armpits down. You're not actually pulling through the arms, you're just kind of anchoring through the arms. It'll give you leverage, right? In a real sense, as far as getting the most out of the abs, we need to come from this position here with the ball just off the floor, right about there. If you can get that, you're great. If you can get further, you're tying in more of the musculature up through the ribs, but more importantly, you're getting a nice stretch through the mid-back. And loosening up the mid-back is important because it lets the upper back move properly, and hence the lower back can move properly and not take excess strain. It's meant to be placed further up the chain. We have more mobility in the upper vertebrae than we do in the lower. And if it's locked up in the middle and or the top, the bottom can get locked up. All right, breathing squats. Always tough in this little room, but you know, from hands over hip position, I got my fingers on the ceiling, heels touch, toes out. We're gonna come down, up on the balls of our feet, hands come down. Now, how's this feel in your knee, Steve? A little weird. Ooh, okay. So I may not be doing those. it might start feeling better. I don't think so. Yeah, no. We're going to take a break on those. You keep going. Do your 10. That's around. I'm going to be stretching because I'm feeling a strange pull here. And I'm going to be doing some more gorilla squats, possibly stretch out the back of that leg, or maybe some inchworms. So, ooh, yeah, something's not right. But that's how I modify it. If you've got questions, you can always reach out to me. I can shoot quick little videos almost anytime, or sometimes I've already got a video. So try another round or two if you're feeling up to it, and I'll see you Wednesday.